Yo, what's up? It's AM Trades, and this is episode 2 and day, I think, 15 of the 0 to 1 million in funded challenge by the end of the year. So, what has happened since the last video? We have made quite a bit of progress. We're about 10% of the way there, and we have passed one $100,000 evaluation from One of One Funding, which is TJR's proprietary firm that he launched, I think, in May of last year, so right around 1 year ago now. And this was a two-phase account, which means that now I have a live account with 10% drawdown as opposed to the regular 6% drawdown that I would have if I had taken a one phase account. And not only that, I also have a $200,000 funded X challenge that is open right now. I took a trade on it yesterday. We made 1.5%, and that is a one phase challenge, which means that as soon as I get the initial profit target of 8%, then I am funded automatically. And so when that is passed, that will bring us to a total of $300,000 in funding. And yeah, let's go through all of the dashboards and the analytics for the trades that I took on both firms. So if we look here first, we're going to start on the One of One dashboard. So we can see here that we have 35 days since the challenge started initially, and that was on phase one, of course. And if we look, we had 22 total trades, and the win rate is kind of skewed here because I took multiple break-even trades that ended up in like $10 or $15 of loss due to spread. And so the real win rate is probably about, I'm pretty sure it's around 60%. It should be around 60%. And then my profit factor is a little bit higher than this as well, just due to the partials that I take, as well as the break evens that got stopped the other way in winners were also skewing this profit factor. And that final loss of 1.2K, which was kind of a bad loss because of the spread. Regardless, we can see we had an average profit per trade of $891. This should be around, yeah, that sounds pretty much right. And then the total winnings of 10,000 is off because the way that these softwares track your trading wins and losses is just based on the first exit. So let's say I take 50% of my position off at 1 to 2, make 1R. That is the only that 1R. So $1,000 in this case on this $100,000 account is the only thing that is counted in this total winnings, and anything taken after that is not counted. So that's why my equity curve looks a little bit wonky. I can't show you the entire thing because it has my account number and everything. But what actually happened is here we can see that we had a drawdown of all the way down to $95,410, and then we recovered the account all the way back up to $105,000 for the second phase. So usually it's supposed to just be a 5% profit target on the second phase of the account. However, I did start with a couple losing trades and had a losing week of about 3%. And we made that back the week after, and then the week after that, last week, we made 5% on the account and passed it. And that was with no over leveraging, no over trading, and I followed my trading plan to a T. So that's how you kind of are supposed to run these challenges. And yeah, so that is 100,000 in funding. And I'm definitely going to be looking to get max allocation on, as I was saying, I'm going to be looking to get max allocation on One of One. The only problem with that, however, is that One of One funding, they offer 100% payouts, and because of that, they do have higher challenge fees. And so while I'm trying to scale, and I'm purely scaling right now, I'm not focusing on like getting any payouts or anything. Of course, I'm going to have all of my funded accounts in a trade copier so that when the time comes, I will be able to make like more money from them, but this is just for the challenge. And the budget that I have allocated to the challenge is a couple $1,000s. And the thing with One of One funding is that they are quite expensive. So $1,000 for a $200,000 account is standard across the industry. However, pretty much every single firm always has discounts, like between 15 to 30%. I actually got my $200,000 funded X challenge for only $600 because of when the funded trader went down and SFT went down as well, Skill Funded Traders. They kind of were poking fun at their competitor and decided to do a 30% discount on all funded accounts, which is incredible, right? So I snagged one with that. I should have gotten two, but regardless, we can't change that now. But like I was saying, these are quite expensive. So I will be getting max allocation with one of one funding. However, I'm only going to be pursuing more accounts with one of one when I have passed not only this Funded X challenge, but also a $25,000 challenge that I have with one of one, as well as Aqua Funded. I'm going to pursue some accounts with them and Funding Pips, because Funding Pips, their $100,000 account on here. This is one of one. Their $100,000 account is $550, which is quite expensive for it. And then their one-step accounts are even more, right? If we look there, yeah, they're $650 for a one-step account. But on Funding Pips, it is only $400 for a 100K account, and I'm fairly sure that you keep 90% of your profit. Here, let's see this. I'm fairly sure you keep 90%. So if we look down here, payouts and profit split. Okay, 80% profit split. And then as soon as we get a hot seat, as soon as we get a couple payouts, then they pay us 90%. But so yeah, that's very good actually for that. Only $400 and a 90% profit split after a couple payouts. And the other one is Aqua Funded. They're relatively new to the space as well, and they offer 90% out of the gate, which is very nice. So if we look down here, see, keep 90% of the profit. Where is our, here it is. So a $200,000 account is only $781 as opposed to $1,000 on one of one. And I can also get a one phase challenge for only $800, which is actually quite good, especially for a 90% profit split and balance based drawdown. They don't have equity based drawdown, which is another very big advantage. So regardless, if you look here, we have all of the firms that I am kind of pursuing, and then the active funding here, I've added 100,000 one of one, as well as this $200,000 Funded X account and a $25,000 Funded one of one account. I think I'm gonna throw that one into Trade Copier because 25K isn't enough for me to go and trade individually, like, because what'll end up happening is my laptop will get really laggy if I have a couple separate trade locker terminals open as well as DX Trade, and then I'll end up getting filled badly, or spread will mess me up, or if I set limit orders, the bid ask prices on the different platforms are different, and it's a mess. So I don't mess with any of that. However, yeah, this is just an update of that. We're gonna definitely have that 400K, 225,000 Funded X, 300K Funding Pips. Because Funding Pips offers a 300K account automatically for, I think it's $1,500, which is not that great actually, but if we can get a hot seat with that and the 90% profit split, it will definitely be worth it. Yeah, so, and then finally, we're going to look over our Funded X prop challenge account. So this is the one that I started on, I think I took the first trade on Friday because I had already passed the one of one account and I was just waiting for account details. And so if we look here, we can see that my win rate is 66.7%. This is based off of one trade, actually two trades because I scaled in. And what that actually was one trade, I took a partial on it and then I closed it out completely, which counted for two trades. And then another one, I took an entry on half risk while I was already running in profit. And that one got stopped out at break even, which is what that other win is, because I got like $30 from the spread difference. But that average loss was actually a mistake that I made. If you go look at the last video, I go more into detail about that on Friday's trades. So see, you can see that I took this one here. If it has a time, yeah, 13:44. So 15 minutes before the high impact news, which is, I shouldn't have been trading, and I realized that, and I kind of cut it short. Regardless, we have 12,000 to make left for a total of 8% on the account, and we have 5 trading days. I don't expect that we're going to make 16,000, or 8% should be the better way of speaking, within 5 days, because usually what will happen is I'll make like a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward, and then, which is 6,000 a couple times, and that will also help us with our consistency rule. This is also skewed at the moment because of the one tiny loss, which I hope doesn't mess up the entire account. But regardless, we have $1,605, which is the average win, and we had 3 trades, which means that our total profit and loss is $3,050.89, and this is our equity and all that. So this is our second account. This one should be passed within the next couple weeks. As soon as we pass those two, we can throw the 300K that we have so far into a trade copier and then really just start stacking payouts so that we can pay for all the new challenge fees. And I'm only risking 1% on these accounts because, like I said, I have a budget for this challenge. But as soon as we kind of get past the initial hurdles, then I'm definitely going to be risking 2 to 3% on challenge accounts once we start stacking payouts from these two, because this is kind of the budget I put together, and I'm going to keep all of it into a separate bank account so that I can track exactly how much we're making. So regardless, I hope you guys found some value, and this is day 2 of our prop firm journey, in 2023. So I hope you guys enjoyed, found some value, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.